Shabazz break it down with the proper perspective. So much controversy and a lot of deception. You don't know who's coming through with the light and reflection, and whose mouth is mumbling, trick knowledge deceptive. Shabazz break it down with the proper perspective. So much controversy and a lot of deception. You don't know who's coming through with the light and reflection, and whose mouth is mumbling, trick knowledge deceptive. Shabazz break it down with the proper perspective. Shabazz break it down with the proper perspective.
Akwaba. Ladies, gentlemen, and geopolitics nerds, today on The Proper Perspective, we're diving into the Sahel's hottest drama, military juntas, assassination bingo, and the West's favorite pastime, colonial cosplay, yes, the international meddling theatrics of imperial micromanagement. Joining us is Dr. Umar Toure Diallo, who definitely didn't study this for decades just to explain it to you. Dr. Diallo, let's start with Burkina Faso star, Captain Ibrahim Traoré. Rumor has it he survived 20 assassination attempts. Is this guy the T'Challa of coup, dodging death and diplomacy like it's vibranium training day?
Oh, absolutely. Now, I might prefer to say he's like Blade in a political trench coat, cutting down colonial remnants with a stare and a strategy. But all jokes aside, Traore's social calendar is packed. Between expelling French troops, hiring Wagner mercenaries for security consulting, and dodging bullets like he's in the Matrix. Those 20 assassination attempts, a mix of internal rivals and maybe some ex-French allies still bitter about losing their colonial era parking spots. But hey, he's winning hearts with subsidized food and army recruitment drives. Who needs westernized busybody democracy dodging imperialism when you got your own homegrown rice and true indigenous patriotism?
So he is subsidizing rice. Would that make him the Costco of African leaders?
Now, I might prefer to say...
What about Mali's Assimi Goïta? He's been in power since 2020. Is it just compared to Traoré? Boring compared to Traoré.
Goïta's the seasoned veteran here. Kick it out France in 2022, told UN peacekeepers to pack their sunscreen, and now cuddles up with Russia. But Mali's stuck in jihadist Groundhog Day. Same attacks, different year. The West slapped him with sanctions. But Goïta's like, cool, I'll just sell more gold to Putin. Assassination attempts? Nah, he's too busy surviving palace brawls and waiting for Wagner to fix his Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi fixes by Wagner. I'd rather get a haircut from a honey badger. Now, Niger's General Tiani, fresh off the 2023 coup. Ecowas threatened to invade. The EU cried into its croissants. Is he the underdog here?
Tiani's the rookie. ECOWAS threw a tantrum, froze Niger's assets, and nearly sent in the troops until they remembered war is expensive. Now, niggers flipping off France, cozying up to Russia, and praying their uranium reserves make them the Sahel's Elon Musk. Assassination plots? Not yet. But give it time. Right now, Tiani is just trying to keep the lights on after EU aid got yanked. Priorities, priorities, priorities.
Speaking of priorities, why does YouTube obsess over Traoré but ignore Mali and Niger? Is it algorithmic racism?
Well, let's just say the algorithm loves drama. Traoré's got main character energy, young, charismatic, and a death-defying storyline. Dudes basically look it with camouflage. Bulletproof and bad for Empire's blood pressure. Mali's Goïta, he's the sequel nobody asked for. Niger's Tiani, too new, too sanctioning. African media loves Traoré's David versus Goliath vibe. Meanwhile, Western outlets are busy hyperventilating about Russian infiltration, which, let's be honest, is just projection bingo for former colonizers.
This is so toxic. What's next for these three musketeers in 2025? More coups, more Wagner Group merch drops?
1, Russia's sauntering in like it's a Black Friday sale. 2, sanctions will keep Mali and Niger broke but resilient. 3, Burkina Faso. Either Traoré becomes a cult hero, part warrior, part disruptor, think Killmonger, but with fewer one-liners and more land reform, or ends up on a Wagner-themed reality show. And watch for ecowas, still deciding if they're a union or a passive-aggressive group chat.
Dr. Diallo, you've made coup sound almost fun. Final question. Should I invest in Sahelian uranium stocks or just buy popcorn?
Popcorn. Always, always popcorn.
Wagner Group VPN. For when you really need to hide your IP address. Terms and conditions apply. Coups not included.
Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. So much controversy and a lot of deception. You don't know who's coming through with the light and reflection, and whose mouth is mumbling, trick knowledge deceptive. Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. So much controversy and a lot of deception. You don't know who's coming through with the light and reflection, and whose mouth is mumbling, trick knowledge deceptive. Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. Shabazz, break it down with the proper perspective. Break it down with the proper perspective.